Hello, friends. It's good to see you. It's Saturday. That means it's time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask specific questions and I give you specific answers. So happy to see all of you here today. Of course, I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. In the description, there are links. StaarCon, our annual Tarot and Divination Conference. That is hybrid, so you can join us in person or online. Learn about that and get your ticket. Book a reading with me. You can see me on Zoom, FaceTime, phone, whatever works for you. Book a reading. All right, and speaking of readings, that is exactly what we are here to do today. Let's hop on over to Card Cam. So, IT John is out right now buying me new shelves, so I'll be able to unpack decks aplenty and put them on shelves, and so you'll be seeing some different decks soon. But for now, we are working with Wiser Tarot, and speaking of Wiser Tarot, you know I like to use this deck to do your tarot scopes, and your tarot scopes are now live. I am sorry they were a little delayed. You know why. I moved unexpectedly, right? The psychic moved unexpectedly. What can we say about that? What can we say about that? We can say that unexpected things happen all the time, no matter how psychic you are. And we can say that we were halfway packed, like we knew we were moving eventually. We just didn't quite realize how quickly. Right, Trey? We can't predict everything. Right. I mean, life is full of surprises. You know, there it is. Trey, we're humans after all. Yes, there will always be surprise. There will always be mystery, no matter what. All right. Let us get to our questions, and you all know the drill. I am going to do this in the order in which I see it. I'm going to try not to skip anyone. If you see me skipping someone, please let me know. And it's so good to see all of you here today. Again, a special shout out to the members and the moderators. And please do remember to like this video. All right, Jeannie Mnuchin, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. Given the changes in January, what, if any, of these protective actions are important to take? Should I enroll in Social Security now as opposed to later? So I will tell you that I've seen people talking about this, and I myself have decided that it doesn't make sense personally. But let's do the reading for you. Let's see. Enroll in Social Security now as opposed to later. Do it now. Yeah, I think you're better if you do it later. Yeah, I think so. And is it safe for participant stories to be archived in the Digital Commonwealth of Massachusetts in the Boston Public Library? I think so. I think you're okay. I think you're okay, yeah. Yeah. I think if there really is a search for the enemy within, there's going to be, there's so many more layers before they get to that. And I just don't think it, yeah, no, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. And I mean, you could let people be anonymous or not as they see fit if you're more comfortable with that. But I think it's going to be okay. All right. I mean, when I say that, your specific questions, I think we're going to be okay. Your specific questions. Okay. Nalini Kalu, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Lately, I've been feeling really frustrated at situations and really letting things affect my overall mood and attitude. I understand. I totally understand. Did I miss Revival of Venus? That's an interesting question. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Not that I can see. I wonder, like, are you seeing her before Jeannie Mnuchin? And if so, then I'm not seeing that. She's dropped off. So if you could copy and paste for me, that'd be fabulous. Ah, you did. You did, Trey. You are a prince. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to do Nalini, and then I'm going to do Revival of Venus. Thank you very much, Trey. Really appreciate it. That's why we say we're a village, because we all watch out for each other. That's so cool. Thank you. All right, Nalini. I've worked on not letting things affect me, so I'm surprised that I'm not bouncing back quicker or letting go of things that I'm usually able to. What's going on with me? I haven't been sleeping very well for about 2 weeks. Can the cards please help me understand what's going on? Sure. And thanks for using members-only emojis. Okay. All right, so what's going on with Nalini? I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think you've done a really good job working on attitude, but have not necessarily identified and healed all the trauma. And so it's like you've put a Band-Aid on an infection. I do think it's good to keep working on that attitude, positive attitude adjustment. I think that is always a good thing for all of us. But I also think you cannot lean into positivity as a way of avoiding unpacking trauma. And that is really the question for all of us. How do we stay positive and pay attention to healing from our trauma? And if I do that question for you, Nalini, specifically, the answer is recognize the things that cause anxiety. Recognize the things that make you feel like you can't move. Recognize the things that make you afraid. And those are your clues on what you have to unpack. And I feel like I just talked to myself there. And so maybe I've just talked to everybody here. So thank you for that. Thank you for opening up something that could be healing to a lot of people, certainly myself. All right. And Revival of Venus, you dropped off the front, but Trey rescued you. All right. The question from Revival of Venus, as relayed by Trey, will I be able to secure housing next week? All right. Revival of Venus, will I be able to secure housing next week? I think so, yes. I think so. And yeah, just go do the things. It'll be fine. Yes. All right. Adrija Vaishali, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Amy Foreman, glad you're here. Let's keep going. Who's up next? Hey, Renata, Quinkilharius, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And now I know that I'm absolutely butchering your name, but that's okay. I mean, I guess it's okay. I guess it has to be. Okay. A dear friend of mine proved to be actually an evil person. I hate it when that happens. Oh my gosh. I did a spell this morning so that all the evil he does toward me will come back to him. Good choice. It's my first time doing this type of magic. Will everything be okay, both with my soul and myself? I know we need to be confident we do spells, but I can't help being nervous. I honestly just want peace and justice. I understand. Okay, I'm going to take this from the bones up, if I may. Starting with this particular individual, I can see how this person flew under the radar for you for a while. And I feel like, seeing, like once you saw what could not be unseen. Yeah, here's the thing. I do not think that, you're right to get away from this person, right? And you're right to do whatever you need to do for protection. But the way I see it is this person could throw a whole grimoire of spells at you, and your own lightness and energy would easily diffuse it. So anything that you do to add extra protection is going to help, but I don't even know that that help is necessary, because while this guy may have bad intention or selfish reasoning or lazy thinking, he's also lame. So, I think, your self-protection is appropriate. I think your self-protection is appropriate. Make sure no one is doing that. No one is doing that. We're talking about protective magic. So I'm just not worried about it, Renata. I think you're fine. What I am concerned about is the heartache of recognizing that someone that was a dear friend has been revealed to you to be something different than that. And that feels horrible. That feels horrible. So I'm glad that you saw it, recognized it, and did what you needed to do. You're fine. But be gentle with yourself, because that's painful when that happens. All right, Trey Cameron, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. All right, I love when we get to do dream interpretation. Had a dream last night where I could see what looked like a woman, or possibly two. Could have been the same, just different hair colors, not sure. Anyways, I was not able to see the face or faces. Around them was a bright white aura. Then suddenly everything went dark, then back to white again, and in the white there was a strength card. I love it when tarot comes into the dreams. Yes, 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 yes. A strength card spinning and ultimately landing upright. I love this. It looked like the traditional RWS strength card. Then I was reminded that we had gotten the same card yesterday for the wrap-up card for the week. What could this dream mean? Is there even any message? It felt significant because I've only ever had a dream about a tarot card once before. But perhaps it was just my subconscious processing the Friday card, or maybe it was a message from Spirit, or both. And if it is a message from Spirit, maybe it's a message about the collective, or just me personally, or all of the above. No idea. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for asking this question. That is delightful. And I think it could be all of the above. I think it could be everything, because you remember that we interpreted and in some ways activated that strength card. We interpreted and activated that strength card for basically our okayness, right? And so the idea that that was already activated, but that it would come to you in your dream, like that is whether or not you, like, does the fact that you saw it on Friday, which was like the night you had the dream, so does that fact make it more, less, more powerful, less powerful, or not at all? I could make an argument either way. But this woman, where you cannot see her face, this woman where you cannot see her face, I mean, that is often how goddess encounters are described. So let's take a look with the cards and see what we see. Should you take this as a message for you? Knight of Wands reversed. I'm going to say If you want to. Like, it's up to you. Like, it's not like, yes, the universe is giving you this great big message, but you can take it as a message if you want to, absolutely. What would that message be? It is for you as it is for the collective. And it is why we are all here today. And I don't mean here in this village. I mean here on the planet doing the things we're doing. The message is about healing the places where we are hurt and angry from not being nurtured well. It's about healing those places. And what you have to do as an individual there, what we each have to do as individuals, and what we have to do as a society. And so it's kind of all of the above. It's kind of all of the above. So yeah. And with these two majors, I'm going to say, like, you could take this very powerful message if you wanted to. So there. All right. You are very welcome, Troy. I feel like I want to talk about that for the next hour, but I guess we got to move on. But I mean, it's a lot. That's kind of huge, right? Okay. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Yeah, this is an interesting thing. Thanks for using members only emojis, Melissa, and looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon. Anna K, I feel this message applies to me today. Yeah. Trey, I don't have dreams like that very often. Yeah, it seems really powerful, right? All right. Melissa, with the administration change in January, how will this impact my job agency? There has been a good amount of talk essentially wiping out large portions of the government. Right, that's true. So the question is, what will happen to your department? I mean, that's a really good question. What happens to your department? I don't think you have to worry about it right this minute. Like, nothing happens for the first 3 quarters of the new year, I believe. Do I think? I mean, let's see. How much will your department be affected? I think that's very unclear right now. I think a lot of people are going to make an argument that your department is essential to the economy. So while, cutting out the Department of Education, which terrified me, by the way, until I realized the Department of Education was instated in 1986. Like, I had my full education by the time that happened. So, whatever. But for you, I'm not so sure. I still think you need a new job, but not maybe for this reason. All right. Madiha Ness, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. An ancestral message, of course. Melissa, indeed, maybe this is the push I need. I'm talking to a lot of people who are finding exactly that, an impetus, a new impetus to do something. Yeah. All right, Ness, Madiha Ness, an ancestral message. There's a lot here about voices not being heard and needs not being served. And that could be like within your own family, that could be in a larger sense. But there's a message from the ancestors about problems that currently exist and a message of hope that no matter what, you are doing what you need to do to handle all of the problems that you can possibly handle, and you will do so appropriately. So not to worry. Okay. Hey, Dina, good to see you. Okay. Diana Price, I was wondering about that. Exactly the thing you're saying about on a global level, I was wondering. Okay, Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for 3 years. Barbie Bird, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members-only emojis. You found your card from yesterday. Good, 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 good. Barbie Bird, hang on 1 second. I just have to go back to Ness for a minute. So Ness, it's so interesting that you said that, because you started, the first card up was the Page of Cups reversed, and it had me wondering, are you not hearing them? And what I want to say about that. Right. It's not them that stopped talking. I think what the message was speaks to this, because your head is caught up in the problems. You cannot hear the wisdom. Breathe, drink water, and listen. And you will feel their connection and perhaps get some solutions from them as well. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All right. Okay. Barbie Bird, here we go. You found the Four of Pentacles, spot on, got it. Glimpse for the rest of the year, particularly on the romance and work front. Do I think you'll meet anyone before the end of the year? Okay, so good to see you, Barbie Bird. Thanks for being here. Katie Kondo, you are so on my mind. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Okay. Okay, Barbie. Romance? Like, you're being open to it, and that's good. And I think there will be interested parties, but maybe some that you're not going to be interested in. Before the end of the year, Mets, not sure. But do I think something is coming sooner rather than later? Well, here's the problem. You don't want to compromise too much. Like, we all have to compromise in relationships. But compromise on things like musical taste or even favorite restaurant, compromise on those things, not on like basic values and how you're treated. So I would say do not rush it. There will be options. You got to make sure the options that are there are good options. Maybe not before the end of the year, but maybe in the new year. Yeah, no, absolutely, Barbie Bird. I can give you hope here. And as far as work is concerned, I feel like, in a way, work is going well, and in a way, the place that you work is inherently weird. There are some things about the place that you work where the communication is just weird. And I think that's the workplace culture. I don't think there's anything you can do about it, but I think work is going well. All right, Barbie Bird, exactly, right? All right, Lysandra, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Who's up next? Lisa E., good to see you. I've recently been talking to a friend from the past. Previously, you, me, weren't a fan of a romantic relationship between us, and I took a big step back, changing the dynamic. What do you see now? I mean, I feel like you have a desire to try to do something here, and even after taking a step back, I think you still have a desire here. My concerns remain the same, but, we recognize that you have a desire. And I think if there's a desire, and if there's a possibility, I think there are times you have to explore whether it's a good idea or not. And I think that you are in a position right now where you've got enough guardrails in place that if it turns out to be a good idea, then okay, great. And if it doesn't, I think you've got enough guardrails that you'll be able, like the damage will not be significant. So at this stage of the game, if there's something you want to explore here, I would say explore with caution and see what happens. Okay. Okay. A penny for your thoughts. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member and a moderator. Will he do it, or do I have to call in a lawyer or take other actions? I made an agreement with a friend. I saved him from losing his house, and it cost me a lot of money. I've waited a long time for him to honor our agreement. Oh my goodness. Don't you hate it when you do something nice for someone and it backfires on you? Oh my gosh, Madib, good to see you. Will you be able to be at our meetup tomorrow? I hope so. Okay. Okay, will he do it? I think. Oh, good, Madib, you will be there. That's fabulous. Good. Lysandra, this is free. This is free. You just, I take them in the order in which I see them. You just have to wait. Get your question in. Okay. Penny, I think the reality is the reality here. I think you need an attorney. I do. If he was going to do it, he would have done it. I'm sorry. Mix you here, Michelle in Canada. Yeah, Madib's all like, yeah. Okay, mix you here. Recent political developments and a lack of attachment to most of my DNA family have gotten me thinking that it might be prudent to start thinking about moving to another province. Is that something I should seriously consider? And if so, should I be thinking about BC or Manitoba? Let's take a look. All right. Okay. First of all, should you? I don't know. You know, the problem is what we are learning is any place can go crazy, you know? And so you could move somewhere with a great deal of time and effort, and the crazy could follow you. And oftentimes the places that go crazy first are the places that clean up first. So it's hard to say. Now, if you had to choose between the two, this is BC, this is Manitoba, and for comparison, where you are now, like, I don't see an improvement particularly. So if you want to move because you want to move, but like, this is not frying pan to fire. It's just the same meh, different flavors of the same meh. All right. Lisa Harmon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Lysandra, if you have a question, you have to put the question in. I am psychic, but I am not a mind reader on that level. I cannot read your mind and know what the question is. All right. Claire C., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Will I be able to sell my camper at the price I'm asking before January? I think you would have to advertise it, but yes, you have advertised it significantly. But yes, I think so. Yeah, mix you here. I think if you're okay with where you are, I think you're just as good where you are as anywhere else. You know? Okay. Ali Mammon, good to see you. Quick health check, and obviously not a doctor. If you have health concerns, see a doctor. But, you know, for what it's worth, I'll do it. Quick health check on E, L, and D. Okay, from my perspective, E seems stable enough. L, there may be an issue. There could be a concern there. And D, yeah, I have some concerns for L and D. Oh no, Lisa, thank you for letting us know. This is not what we would have preferred to hear. Update on your PET scan, you have cancer. Tumor in your left lung. Meet with doctors on Wednesday morning. Please keep us posted. All prayers, magic, everything for Lisa Harmon, who has been such a good and supportive member of this community for more than 2 years, as you can see. The thing, wow. Yeah. The thing I can say is, of late, I have met lung cancer survivors, which is something that didn't used to exist. That's one thing I will say. So please keep us posted. Okay. Okay. Lumen, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Who's up next? It's Gianna. Gianna, thanks for being a member. After getting lots of samples of my deck, I am loving this question so much. I'm so happy to be able to read on this. After getting lots of samples on my deck, I've decided that I surprisingly love the glossy finish the most. I announced this on my campaign, and quite a few people are upset about the gloss finish. I know. I hate gloss finish. I know. I normally don't like gloss either, but I really love it on my card designs. What do the cards think? Am I making the right decision with the gloss? And y'all know, man, I'm a linen finish. You know, I want linen finish. If I have a choice, I always want the linen. But let's do the reading, because I fully understand that it's an artist's prerogative and you need to see your work brought forward the way you need to see your work brought forward. So let's take a look. And there's a few, like, okay, there's two things here. There's artistic integrity, but then there's also pleasing your audience, right? So in terms of artistic integrity, should you go with the gloss? Man, it's tough. This is tough. Will your backers like the gloss? Ah, golly gosh. This is hard, Gianna. Okay. As a tarot person and someone who commands a little bit of respect in the tarot world, I'm going to give you my personal opinion, and then I have to tell you what I see in the cards. My personal opinion is you're the artist, it's your choice, and the rest of us have to live with it and we'll like it. Thank you very much. So do as you want. That's my opinion. The cards aren't thrilled with it. And I think the problem is that more and more we see people, I know, Gianna, I know, more and more we see people photographing and videoing the cards and gloss glares. And I mean, you should see what IT John built for me, not in the last iteration of the studio, but the iteration before that I was in for so long. He had made this structure for me so that I could use gloss cards, and it was intense. So I think that's what you're up against, is people want to be able to photograph the cards easily. Sorry. I'm very sorry. All right. Here we go. And I am happy that people are sending lots of love to Lisa, and that's good. Please keep us posted, Lisa. You've got my private email, I think. Please don't be afraid to email. Okay. Gianna, thank you for being so gracious when I just told you something you did not want to hear. Okay, 64 Amy Penn, it's so good to see you. Will I ever have contact with my daughter? Oh yeah. But you got to be patient and you got to be ready for the vitriol. So maybe not yet. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. A message from the cards for you. Yes, indeed. The message is spend time with your friends if you have the energy for it. And if you don't, say no. And if you're not getting what you need, Caroline, figure out what you're missing. What are you missing? I'll figure it out for you. I think you need to have some fun and you need to have a stimulating conversation. There may be a difficult conversation that needs to be had as well. So it may be more than one thing that needs to be dealt with here. Febborn, I see you. Lisa McCord, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I just overscrolled. I very, very gently try to bring you to the top. And no matter how gentle I am, I just do too much. I am not mindful. I am not demure. I do too much. And then I'm just sitting here like it's the most cringe part of the broadcast, right? Okay, here we are. I found you. Here we go. All right, Lisa McCord. What does the universe want me to know? I'm trying to cultivate more gratitude and less meh. I understand. But sometimes I just don't have the energy to do the things that will help me get there. And I feel like I'm my own worst enemy. What's up with that? What is up with? Okay, there's the things that will help you get there. You have identified things that you think will help. And I think you're right about those things, but some of those things do require some work and some energy and some discipline. And you don't have the energy to do those things. So, ergo, the first thing you have to do is get your energy back. So, how can you do that? This is not you being your own worst enemy. I really don't think it is, Lisa. I think it's you skipping a step. That's all. And I think the step that you skipped is the step about what you have to do to revive yourself and revitalize your energy. And I think it's a bunch of things, like in no particular order. I think you need some sleep. You need to just like lie by the pool or read a novel or like just something like that. You do need to heal from some things that have been hurtful recently, and you need to spend time with good friends. All of those things will help you get your energy back. Okay. Pip, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. What does the universe want you to know? Celebrate and have fun, but watch yourself. Everything that you do right now is really important as you build a new life. And so you want to be happy, but you want to be careful. Diana, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Will I be successful in getting gallery interest for my photography in Germany and France? I think Germany you could. Germany, yes. France, probably not. All right. Mary, thanks for being here. Caroline, you are very welcome. Okay, Mary. What does Spirit want me to know or be aware of right now? I think you have a tendency to get up in your head with some maybe negative self-talk and a lot of worry and fear. And if you could let that go, things would come so much more easily. So letting go of anxiety, letting go of overthinking, which I realize is hard because overthinking is sometimes not within our control. But, you know, I do think there's something there that needs to be addressed. All right. Amy Foreman, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. May I please have a general energy read regarding my chronic pain issue and the healing path that I'm currently on? Right. Right, and you're giving my disclaimer back to me. Doctor is best source of health information. Yep. Oh, Mary, I got it. Understood. Okay, so, Amy Foreman, the healing path that you are on right now is not going to be enough. It's good. And maybe for now, it's what's needed, but in the long run, there will be other things that will be necessary. And what I can tell you is, I mean, there is a legit physical source for this, but, you know, we know it's always body, mind, and spirit, right? And so, like, you got to deal with the legit physical part of it. But there's also, I think, a deep healing for you. And honestly, I'm going to say it has to do with recognizing the ways in which systemic misogyny has been part of your narrative from birth. I feel like that's energetically part of it. Okay. Amy, makes sense. Got it. Okay, good. And Trinyayama, good to see you. I see your question. We'll absolutely get to it. No definitions. I see you. And I'm taking people in the order in which I see them, so I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Okay. Adrija Roy, talking with someone. How do we think it will go? Okay, let's take a look. We've got a new person on the docket. Oh, golly gosh, Amy Foreman, pelvic floor dysfunction. Yeah, okay, that does totally make sense. That totally freaking makes, oh my gosh. Like, that makes more sense than it should have. Okay, got it. Understood. Text me. I have comments on that privately. Text me. Okay. Adrija. Talking with someone new? Well, maybe. My first thought was like, as you saw, but maybe let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute and see how it goes. There is some potential here. Vaishali, good to see you. Looking for a divine message. You know, I see these two cards together and I think about like what the heart says versus what the head says. But I feel like for you, your head does not always allow, like I feel like what you're working on right now is more balance in terms of your thoughts and feelings, bringing your thoughts and feelings into balance. And I think that's appropriate. I think that makes sense. All right. Adrija, parents insisted they should have shown him your first reaction. It would have calmed him down. That's funny. I got it. Hey, Lit, good to see you. All right. Here we go. Lumen, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I would like to ask what I will hear from the grant committee soon. And will the outcome be favorable? Will I have to adjust my project related to the grant? If so, how will the project plan out? All right, Lumen. So, are you likely to get the grant? If it's one of those things where you could get it at certain levels, I would say yes, but at a lower level. It's iffy. It's iffy. Could that mean that you would have to adjust your project to relate to the grant? Yeah, it really could mean that you get the grant, but you have to adjust the project to fit. If you do that, how does the project pan out? At first, it drives you crazy, but then it's really good. It pans out well in the end. Oh no, Wendy Robeson, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for being a moderator. You lost your kitty last night. Fear he's gone. Are you correct? Okay, let's take a look. So sorry. That's very difficult. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I have the same concern. I mean, I would want to keep looking and keep the faith alive, you know, because, you know, I would. But I have a similar concern. I'm so sorry. But, you know, like, if the cat still lives, is there a way to find the cat? You know, I would go through the usual channels just in case. But I'm concerned. All right. Imy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. When will you get a new job? I feel like it's going to take a minute. Maybe within the next 2 months, like toward the beginning of the year. Damini, good to see you. Will sparks fly between me and the guy whom I met in the temple today? Maybe, but it might be temporary. It might be a moment of spark. Lumen, yeah, sometimes kitties have more than one home they like to visit. They may be there and come back. It does happen that kitties will cheat. That does happen, yes, yes. Okay, Lisa, go ahead, take your time. I still got plenty to get through, so go ahead, go ahead. Sophia E., good to see you. New love in November. Anything on the horizon? Right this minute, definitely not. I think if that's something you want to cultivate, you may need to do something different. because it's not happening right now here. So do something different. Anna K, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Reassurance from the universe. I mean, there is difficulty. There is difficulty, but there is support. There will not be full chaos. Your son's going to be okay, and there will be stability. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Not great, but okay. Rhoda, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Rhoda, lean into your creativity. And if you don't know how your creativity expresses itself, figure that out. Figure out your creativity and lean into it. Dr. Aled, so good to see you. Everyone, Dr. Aled just got a job as a high school math teacher. Can you believe it? Some advice about my new job as a high school math teacher. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got. I know, Anna, those Three of Swords are not ideal, but, you know, what do they say? A little rain must fall. Okay, Dr. Aled. Be patient. Be creative. Don't take things personally. Recognize that you value education and you know how to do this. This is not your first day. This is not your first rodeo. You've had plenty of rodeos and you know what you're doing here. So have some fun. Okay, Teresa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. 3 state interviews and waiting to hear back. Government takes forever. I also did a federal interview I also have a federal interview next week. I did really well. I feel I did really well, but want the first one the most. Any offers? Okay, so from all of this, do we see offers coming? Yeah, we do see an offer coming. I do think there's one coming. Would it be the one you want the most? Maybe not, but that's okay. That's okay. Lisa, I see your question. I like it. I like it. We will do that. Okay. Dr. Aled, I'll take it. There you go. Okay. Hey, Dina Moskowitz, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Message from the universe. Yes. The wheel turns. The wheel turns. And for you personally, I think there's going to be a focus on career and getting stuff done. You are allowed to have good things in your life in difficult times. And there's every reason to be hopeful. Hey, Jenny, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Baby cakes, pancakes. I had pancakes for breakfast today. I did. Okay. Okay. Kitty Kondo, do you have a question? Okay. Martha Vink, here we go. Thanks for being a member for more than a year, and thanks for using members-only emojis. I'd like to revisit the where to buy a house and when that I asked months ago. The cards say wait till after the election about where, Connecticut, elsewhere. USA, Canada. I'm nervous about what's coming for the LGBTQIA community as well as others. Let's take a look. Connecticut, fine. I think if it's going to be in the US, Connecticut is not a bad choice. Canada, also not a bad choice. Some other place. I think it's either Connecticut or Canada. All right. Okay. Here we go. Lysandra Williams. Somebody evil-eyed my financial situation and caused me to be homeless. I think it was a reader I went to. What do you see? So, did a reader you went to cause this? I mean, it may not have been the best reader, but I'm not thinking so. I think what has happened here, what has happened here is regrettable, but I think why it happened is not as important as what to do to recover. And when we look at the recovery, I think you have some ideas about what to do, but you worry that you will not have opportunities. And I think that is because you feel like you have something negative on you, so nothing good can now happen. This is not true. And if it is, we're just going to sweep it away, okay? So you need to proceed recognizing that you need to proceed recognizing that you're okay. There's nothing on you. No one is stopping you from your success. And I think if you can embrace that, then you'll be able to move forward and correct the situation. Martha, follow-up. So do I wait till the new administration to decide? Connecticut is easier, of course, and better for mom. I think you're safe enough to just buy in Connecticut. I mean, you know, we have people in Canada right now in this very thread for the very same concerns that you have, wondering if they should move throughout Canada. So there's that. Lysandra, what do I do? You got to get money coming in. That's the bottom line. You got to do what you can to get money coming in, and that will make everything else work. All right. Where are we here? We just did Lysandra. Angie. Good to see you. Do you see a long-term relationship with me and Samuel? Maybe. I think it's possible. There may be some communication issues, but I do think it is a possibility. Okay, Justine, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Thanks for being a moderator. All right. Justine, my question is about my job search. Any feedback from Spirit on how I could be better conducting my job search or going about it differently? Am I looking in the right places? I mean, I think you just have to look everywhere you could possibly get to and you'll be fine. Like, I don't think you're doing anything wrong, but I think you could do more, you know, like put in 100 applications in a week and you'll get something. Martha Vink, I need to work at letting go of my anxiety. And it's kind of important for us to remember that many people are consuming media right now that is meant to be comforting, but is actually anxiety increasing and was designed to do that. Like we're consuming it because we think it's comforting, but the design is to make us anxious. So there is that. Oh, baby cakes, thank you. I skipped DH. Thank you, DH. I am so sorry. I did indeed. DH, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Sorry I skipped you. Baby cakes, thanks for being on top of it. Y'all are a good village. We really appreciate that. All right, what is the best way to help my sister see? My question is, how much is she willing to be helped? Like, you can only help her to the extent that she will let you. And so I think you've got to ask her, what does she want? What does she need? And my concern is that she will not answer that as honestly and truthfully as she should. But I don't think there's anything you can do about it. I'm sorry. Lysandra, what if there's nothing getting in your way except what you're thinking? What if it's you? What if you're responding to a trauma there? Like, I'm not blaming you, Lysandra, but I am saying this is not coming from someone else. It's coming from you. Okay. Where are we? All right. Where are we? Okay, here it is. Febborn, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Where's the breakthrough? I feel as if I'm being asked to constantly heal by the universe. Am I not good enough? That is the breakthrough in a way, because we are all constantly asked to heal. It's not about being good enough. If we're doing the journey right, we are healing until the day we die. And then I would think there's just more healing on the other side, right? It's always about healing. And the thing is, when we look for you, I think you're looking for the feeling that something is healed. You know, that feeling when we have that breakthrough, that aha moment, that moment when we're like, oh, yeah. And the thing I'm going to say is you've had plenty of those, but you have a hard time taking a next step of action, and that's where you're stuck. Jackie Masters, I see you. A penny for your thoughts. Oh, good God. A psychic said there's a curse on my watch and that I should throw it away. There is something here that should be thrown away, but it's not the watch. That is the most ridiculous thing I have heard in a long time. I'm so sorry that someone said that to you. I am so sorry. That is ridiculous. But that was just my opinion. Let's do the cards. Okay, V wants it. It's very pretty. Is it safe for V to use it? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. There is an upset here. Like, I'm wondering where it came from. Where did this watch come from? There may be energetically something attached to it. And so cleanse it and let it go, you know, cleanse it and let her use it. I think it's fine. There is something there, but I would not say cursed. I would say maybe it was worn by an unhappy person for a while. Maybe something like that. Okay. Okay. No definitions. Thanks for being here. Have the odd occurrences happening in my recovery lately been caused by my spirit guides? Yeah, Diana Price, the psychic, wants your watch. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Wendy, I'm sorry you did, but it's not even worth going back for. I think you should do all the things to try to find your kitty, but I am also equally concerned as you are. I'm so sorry. Okay, no definitions. Have the odd occurrences happening in my recovery lately been caused by my spirit guides? Yes, yes, and more yes. Okay. Trinyayama, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I am so sorry. Baby Cake's thinking the same thing about the watch, right? Right. So sad. Okay. What steps can I take to move forward in my emotional healing after the death of my mom 2 years ago? I seem stuck there. I understand. Having been there, I completely understand. So, what can you do? I think there's a part of you, and it almost feels like guilt. Like, do you feel some sort of guilt or something unresolved here? I feel like you haven't allowed yourself to go through the stages of grieving because you're hanging on to something. If you can figure out what that is, you will be able, I mean, it's still going to be sad, it's still hard. But, we grow around the grief. The grief doesn't go away. We grow around the grief, right? And I feel like the stuckness is in some kind of guilt or regret. And if you could figure that out, you'll get through it. Hey, Lit, good to see you. We've missed you. Tips, where to go to get a job ASAP. I really need to give my wee one something safer and better. I understand. So the thing is, you don't want to fall for a get-rich-quick scheme. You need an actual job that pays real money. But you want to stay open to all kinds of possibilities. And I think you'll find something that will work really well. It might be a job, but it might be a gig economy kind of a thing too. So be open to those possibilities too. Okay. Alvina, good to see you. When will I meet a good partner, and can you give me some characteristics of this man? I cannot give you a name or an address or a phone number, unfortunately. So this is suggesting to me, there you go, February, perfect. This is suggesting to me, Alvina, that it will happen sooner rather than later. Now, the characteristics that you're looking for, you want someone who is decisive. You want someone who is able to grieve. You want someone who will fight for what they want. You want someone who is capable. But I feel like you have a huge amount of anxiety in this. And I just feel like you have had people in the past who have not had these good characteristics. And so I think you're doing a lot of healing from that as well. Okay, here's Lisa's question. Lisa Harmon, again, thanks for being a member for 2 years. Mom and her mom both had lung cancer, never smoked. 2 aunts, mom's sisters, had breast cancer. Is the underlying cause because of the suppression and abuse that the female line went through? That was the first thing that I thought of when you said that you had the cancer. That was the first thing I thought of. Just because I know a tiny little bit, I've gleaned a tiny little bit about your family history. So that was my first thought. But the cards are like, well, you know, there's that and there's genetics. So probably both. It's probably both nurture and nature. Oh, it's the ex-husband. I understand. It's not a curse, but you definitely want to cleanse it. I got it. Oh, fixing an Etsy shop at the moment. There you go, Lit. That's good. Angie, you are very welcome. Okay, baby cakes. This message from my spirit guides, of course. Lean into your creativity. Be creative, be creative, be creative. And think about where you are comfortable growing and where you are more happy just staying in your comfort zone, because it's okay to have both. Jenny, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hang on a minute. I just overscrolled. How is G dealing with her falling out? Me and my friends think he's a psychopath. Like, for real, I'm not joking. Got it. I'm discussing this with my therapist, so I'm okay for the most part. I think he's going to try to mend things with you, but I think you might be right to keep your distance. And yeah, like, there's no reason to talk to him. He's going to want to talk to you, but there's no reason to talk to him. Okay. Okay, Karina Morozon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Do I see anything on your dance career? I see new opportunities coming, but, you know, there's opportunities and then they fade away, and it's frustrating, and it feels like things aren't going to work out, but then you have to stay really positive and let go of anxiety, and things will work out. Okay. Okay, Jackie Masters, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. Besides doing all the things to find employment, is there something my guides and ancestors would like me to do to maximize my job search? I would say be very disciplined about it. Do not be emotional about it. Be very disciplined about it. That's what I'm going to say. Just very disciplined. Baby cakes. I must continue the creativity in the kitchen. The cravings follow me at every step. Definitely a great reading. That is hilarious. And you're Polish too, aren't you? Like, I have to say, every Polish person I know is a really good cook. I just have to say that. I'm not trying to make like cultural stereotypes, but in my experience, okay. Where are we? Okay, my friends. From my perspective, I've gotten to every question. If I accidentally skipped you, I am so sorry. Please do reiterate your question. If you're just getting here, it is last call for readings, y'all. All right, Monday, I will be here. The link is already up, but I'm going to be at a really weird time because I have an appointment I couldn't move in the morning. Tomorrow, if you happen to be local, it's our monthly tarot meetup. Ha, baby cakes. We grew up watching our moms and grandmas cooking. That's why. Yep. Oh, Claire, I did do it. I did do it. And what I said, I don't remember the card, but it was like, I think you can do it, but you may have to advertise it more than you're planning on. That's what I remember. All right. StaarCon, get your ticket. Book your reading with me. The links are in the description. Tarot scopes are finally up. We have a class on Tuesday. The link is already up. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate all of you. Have a fabulous weekend. Take really good care. Be good.